didn't know this, but that prototype, so because they already had the Series 1 released, so they've used the Series 1 head, right?
Yeah.
And which that head on it now is an actual Series 1 head, and the body is the resin prototype.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Understand what I'm saying? So that head is an actual released head. The body is the prototype. So that's pretty cool.
My merch perch, which seems very insignificant compared to yours, is this cool piece from Lino Elika. He got a signed 8x10 of Stone Cold and Bret Hart from the WrestleMania main event, which is one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time, in my opinion. I love the fact that it's a black and white photo with the red signature for Stone Cold and the pink signature for the Hitman. Red, obviously, being with all Stone Cold blood everywhere, and pink being the color of the Hitman. Just an absolutely brilliant photo with the Beckett authentication. The signatures are in the perfect spot, and Hitman's laying on the sharpshooter. I reckon Nathan Tabiri would be dribbling when he saw this. He would absolutely love it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Good choice. Good choice.
Great pickup. Yeah, I love it. And I'm not always one that likes sort of signed pictures and things like that, but sometimes you see things like that and you think that is fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, because it's a moment in time. It's beautifully captured, and like you say, that the color of choices of his textures are suited to the wrestlers themselves. Well done. Yeah. Great members merch this week. All right, let's get into what's online.
Did you see what was online? What's online? Some bloke selling some LJN figures on eBay. What's he asking? He's asking too much. Well, did you make an offer? Make an offer. You can't make an offer. It's an auction. Well, just slide into his DMs. Maybe he wants to let them go for less. Maybe he's just trying to whet your appetite. Well, I don't know. We'll just make an offer. I can't make an offer. It's an auction. We'll just slide right in to the DMs. What else is online? Oh, there's so much stuff. There's so much stuff online.
All right, let's slide through these what's online items. I'll kick it off, buddy. I've gone a little bit wayward here, and this is, I guess, nothing to do with action figures, superheroes, wrestling, or anything.
That's definitely pop culture. You've gone pop culture.
Pop culture. Okay, cool. Let's run with that. I stumbled across this on Facebook, and I was blown away that Will Ferrell's costume from Will Ferrell's original Elf costume from the movie Elf just sold at auction for $300,000.
So hang on, his costume from Elf, which he would played an elf. $300,000.
$300,000, isn't that?
Somebody really likes that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. It puts a smile on your dial, but I shan't be putting $300,000 on. You can probably buy that costume at your local $2 store. But anyway,
I'm going to be a bit controversial here. I know we're leading into Christmas. I don't want to ruin everyone's Christmas. Crap movie. Elf is a crap movie.
Mate, sometimes your opinions and choices blow me away. I think we've got a lot in common, but there's a lot we don't have in common.
Yeah, this is why we can't be friends.
Yeah, wow. That's why we're on the other side of the country to each other.
My kids love Elf, but I watched it a few times. I'm like, this is just
I will say this about Will Ferrell. Will Ferrell is fantastic when he's not the lead role.
Yeah.
His movies are fantastic when he's in a duo or he's not the lead role. When he has a lead role, and people say Anchorman's fantastic. Anchorman, some parts are funny. I struggle with it. But The Elf is a great movie. It's a funny movie.
I love Anchorman.
Yeah, look, I can see the parts of it are funny, but some of it is just like, oh, God.
He was very good it was at Wedding Crashers where he lives in his mum's basement.
Yeah,
very funny.
Wedding Crashers is very funny. One of the greatest movies ever, Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, very funny.
All right, next up, I've got a 1989 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Series 2 AFA 8 graded 80 pizza thrower starting bid at $1,700.
Wow, that is going to be expensive. What a cool piece, though.
Do you know what, Chris? Do you reckon $1,700 is a good price?
I wouldn't know Turtles prices, but for me, it looks like a good price.
Do you know what? I'm seriously considering snapping this up because I'll tell you why. I've got a story about this. It's a bit of a sentimental story. I remember my parents laid by this for me as a kid.
Yeah.
and it was during the recession, the 91 recession that we had. So all the youngsters way back in 1991, when I was 10 or 11 years old, there was a recession. My dad lost his job, and it was a very, very tough time for him, tough time in the house for about 3 months until he was transitioned into a new role. But I remember that lay-by was dragged on longer and longer and longer because I couldn't afford to pay it out.
Yeah.
So I've got that sentimental value, and it's like a bit of an inspiration to go, I'll never let that happen in my household, right? So I've got to justify. That's how I'm going to justify it to my wife to spend $1,700 on a graded AFA pizza throw. You may need a pizza throw one day. Robbers might come into my house.
So the bigger story there is not that the fact that the recession happened, because it was a recession we had to have.
We had to have Paul Keating.
We had to have, but the fact that your dad or mum or both decided not to cancel the lay-by and just keep the money that they could have used to put food on the table. But no, James is so special that they kept it and just stretched it out. Well, that's a gold star for your parents.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am considering it. But if someone knows, is it worth that? Personally, I don't think it is.
Do you know who would know? You should ask Ryan Adams. Ryan would know.
I'll reach out to him. Anyway, that may be in a couple of merch purchases. Who knows? Next up, we're good friends of the show's Icons of Sport. Head over to Icons of Sport. They've got amazing pop culture sports memorabilia. I've had all my Jordan memorabilia from them, and great team there. Back to the Future 2 hoverboard, life-side replica hoverboard signed by Michael J. Fox, and that's online for $1,895.
Is that an auction or is that a buy it now price?
That's a buy it now. That's a buy.
Very cool piece. I love Back to the Future. Probably one of my all-time favorite movies.
Yeah, number 2 is very special. Number 2 is great.
I would hope that the movies that made us do Back to the Future. I don't think they did. Oh no, they did do Back to the Future.
They did. Yeah, remember they had. Yeah, and they didn't have Michael J. Fox as the main actor.
They shot the whole movie with a different actor and then changed to Michael J. Fox. Insane.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, guys, go watch the movies that made us. Same people that made the toys that made us, and watch the Back to the Future one because it blows your mind that they would have.
The other one that's really good is Home Alone as well. If you like Home Alone, some good bits in that. Hey, my what's online. So at first I was going to try and do figures, and then it didn't quite work. First thing, I just sort of found a whole bunch of random crap. But check out this. Can you tell me? Oh, you can tell me because you can already see it there. Do you remember this show? Do you remember the Centurions?
I do.
I loved the Centurions as a kid.
Yeah, I do remember it, mate.
So for $65, I thought that was a very good price for 2 Max Ray figures and a whole bunch of accessories. I thought very cool. From Kenner as well, the people who made the Star Wars toys. And in case you're not sure where they're from, that is the Centurions logo for you right there with the 3. I can't remember the other two's name. Max Ray was always the sort of popular one.
I couldn't remember any of their names, mate, to be honest. But I remember them in Mask. Remember the Mask toy line?
Yeah, the Mask one as well. Yeah.
Everyone had them. Everyone.
So I went through and I thought, well, let's do what's on Marketplace. Okay, because Marketplace is an interesting place to be. It's online. And I typed in wrestling and I thought, let's just see what's out there for the collectors. And most of these are from WA because they only find things within 100 Ks of you. So the first one is a Jey Uso Elite from about Elite 40 something, $65 in stock. That's always good, which I thought was quite exciting to see an old Elite that somebody was trying to sell. Yeah. And I found this one, which is a very popular ad over here, is the bulk Elites that look like they've been completely trashed. You choose 200 to choose from, $10 each or 10 for 90. What a deal. But that's not a bad deal. If you've got kids and you're trying to find a whole bunch of old guys, good one to look at. Then I thought, how cool is this? Series 8 Eddie Guerrero Legends for $100. There's a reason it hasn't sold in 6 days because it's cheaper to buy on eBay and pay the shipping. But I still like the effort to somebody's trying to sell Legends here. Then this was the picture I sent to my mate Zash. Low-priced LJNs. This wasn't in Perth. This was somebody else. Luke Manning in Adelaide. It says lots of different LJNs. You could definitely use them as a starter collection. It was about 50 or 60 on there, I think.
They look like They look to be in good condition.
Yeah, they look pretty good. So they're all in pretty good condition. Then this was the piece de resistance. I found this one and I thought, this is what we need in our podcast. An 80s assorted party stuff. There's a massive life-size Hulk Hogan cutout. Comes with Rubik's Cubes. And there was also another cutout, I think it was of Michael Jordan. It could have been Michael Jackson, I can't remember. But very, very funny that somebody's selling a Hulk Hogan cutout. I want to get it. Cool. I want just a Hulk Hogan cutout.
Mate, get it.
I'd be a lot of trouble if I bought it. And then I found this, and I thought this was a cool listing. The Super Nintendo games. So is there a market? Now, there's Mario All-Stars. That'd be one of the most iconic games. There's Bubsy, there's Pitfall, there's NBA Live 95. Now, I don't know who's going to buy NBA Live 95 when you see how good the 2K games are now, where it looks like you're actually watching a match. So pretty cool stuff online. I just thought it was interesting. Hopefully some people liked what they saw. Go and buy it.
How good are seeing the old cartridges from the video games? Sensational, hey?
I remember as a kid now, PG, kids, if you got your kids watching, maybe just block their ears. I remember as a kid pulling out the Nintendo cartridge when it wouldn't work, blowing in the end.
Yeah.
All your mates would say, give it a blowjob. It needs a blowjob. And as a kid, I had no idea what they're talking about.
Oh, the good old days, mate. How good. How good.
You don't want to say stuff like that anymore.
No, that was a great, especially live on a podcast. That was a great What's Online segment, mate. Let's jump over to Fig Preview and Review.
It's time to review a fig from today or the past. Which will it be? Stay tuned to find out.
Now, I'm really excited about this week's Fig Preview Review because if you've been listening to previous episodes, we've discussed the whole entire Series 1 to 11 WWF Hasbro line, and we discussed all the figures and details in each series. Chris and I picked out our favourites. But tonight we are discussing Series 12, Series 12, the potential Series 12 of the WWF Hasbro line, and we're going to call it the Black Card Series. And Chris and I have picked out 6 each of who we feel they should have released or could have released. And let's be clear, a tag team, so a tag team duo counts as one. All right? Yeah. So you want me to kick it off?
You go first because I've put a lot of effort into this. So for our viewers, you're going to get a real treat because I've put a lot more effort than James. He always says I don't do anything, but here I am. James, read out your list, mate. Who have you included in your Series 12 custom black card set?
All right, I'm pretty. I gave this some serious thought, and I think I've walked away fulfilled and happy, and I hope our listeners feel the same. I think one of the biggest letdowns in the current released figures from the Hasbro line was Earthquake and Typhoon not being in their natural disasters gear together. So they had to release an Earthquake and natural disasters attire. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Now let's discuss what body type just quickly, right? So for me, easy, just a simple paint job over what was already released in the blue outfit.
Yep.
Done. Tick.
Easy.
Another one is the Anvil and the Heart Foundation attire. I don't care that they broke up. It's still worthy of a figure. The Heart Foundation with a Heart Foundation. Yep. So Anvil in, I reckon, a Hogan 3 body type.
Yep.
Big, bulky, fat Anvil.
You could also go an Anvil as you don't want him to be quite as big as Bam Bam.
No, not Bam Bam.
No, he wasn't that big. So,
all right. So next, I've got Power and Glory. I think Hercules, a Series 2 Hogan.
Yep.
And Paul Roma in a Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's a good choice. Yep.
Beverly Brothers, I think a clothesline.
Yep.
So a clothesline move. And the other one would be a like a what do you call it? A Jake the Snake body.
Yep. I'm happy with that. I would have actually said maybe a Jake the Snake and a Rick Rude body type.
Jake the Snake and a Rick Rude. Yeah. Yep. Now I'm gonna cheat a bit here. So